Hey guys, this is a Wigs by Queen Chama tutorial featuring Arabella hair. So we have some water wave hair per usual, and I'm just doing a quick little synopsis of how I got this wig to look good. So I showed you guys the wig cap, and I briefly showed you guys how I got my closure to look a little bit more natural. So I always bleach and tint my closures, and that's just been like the new thing for me, just to making sure that my closures look pretty natural and just at least match with my scalp color. So I'm just showing you guys a quick little tutorial as to how I got my water wave wig made, and the application as well as the wig cap and everything that is behind the scenes when it comes to me making these wigs. So this is just a quick little synopsis of Arabella hair and its installation and what the closure look like, what the wig look like. And so I want you guys to stay tuned for this review, and don't forget that all the information for this hair is going to be in the description box down below. So let's get right into this video. So today's video is going to be another hair chit chat. This hair in my head is so pretty, so long. My favorite hair texture, water wave. So of course I made a wig. I am only doing wigs. I have been doing wigs for the longest. When it comes to water wave, this is like my baby. This is like my holy grail texture. You can't go wrong with this texture. I've gotten so many compliments about this hair texture, and everyone wants to know, is this curly or is this deep wave? Is this just body wave that I have crimped or curled? And no, this is its own texture. It looks just like this. It is water wave. With water wave hair, I wake up, I spray it, detangle it, and it looks like this. And I really like it. This is my favorite texture. One thing I do want to say is that their hair is super affordable. When you look on AliExpress and you look at hair companies, they are one of the top AliExpress hair companies, and I'm glad that I've worked with them and I can recommend them. So for the 4 bundles of this Brazilian water wave, you don't have to get them as long as me. Of course, I just like my longer hair, and I'm really tall, so I always get longer hair. So if you wanted to get something shorter, you'd be spending even less money. So the hair videos that I've been pressing out are a lot more affordable than some of the ones that I've worked with in the past. So I have worn this style plenty of times. I've worn my water wave hair, I've worn my middle part, and I know it's not really as different as some of the other videos that I have wearing this same exact style, but I do want to say that this hair was a lot fuller than most of the hair. There was a lot of hair on the bundles, and I was able to put all 4 bundles on the wig cap with the closure and have it sit. Their closure was well constructed, because sometimes I get closures where when I try to manipulate the closure so that it matches with my hair parting or anything like that, it just doesn't look good, and it's kind of hard for me to kind of manipulate it. But this closure did pretty well. It's a little bit wider than what I usually do. When I initially get closures, I like to just pluck them very lightly, because I know closures do tend to bald, and I get afraid of that because I never know how a closure is going to act. But with this hair, I've had their closures twice, and they don't bald with me. The quality of their closures have been very good, and with this part being a little bit wider than what I usually do, it still has been looking good and still has been holding up. And I think it looks a little bit more natural than the way how I sometimes do my closures. So to upkeep this hair, it's really simple. Have a spray bottle with warm water and a Denman brush. Spray this hair every day and detangle, and it'll be wet, and it's so pretty when it's wet, and when it dries, it's so fluffy, it moves. And I don't put anything in this hair. I don't put any oils. I don't do anything but just wash my hair when it's time for me to wash and condition my hair, and then spray it. That's the only thing I do to upkeep this hair, and it definitely holds up. It's very low maintenance with trying to keep it looking good, and that's one thing that I really like about water wave hair texture, because it's so like pretty, and you know, it's just like a natural loose wave. You don't have to do much to it to keep it down. It doesn't really frizz up. It's not like it's flat or anything, so it's not like it's lifeless and you have to do something to it to make it look good. Like with body wave hair, where you have to either flat iron or wand curl or crimp or whatever. This hair is just its own texture. You don't have to do too much to it for it to look decent. So that is my review for Arabella hair. I want you guys to make sure that you are checking in with the links down below in the